Why do you think, people ask here, why do you think the world doesn't seem to care about Palestinians?
Like we're not existing. It's
But
true
why?
with you.
Why do people
Yeah,
not
why?
care?
Why does the world
A
not
lot
care?
of people think that we're bad people.
Okay. Do you know why they think that way?
You know, there's a bad people and good people, you know. But honestly, we deserve a little better treatment from outside countries.
Why doesn't the world care about Palestinians?
ليش برأيك العالم ما بيهتم بالفلسطينيين؟
ليش ما بهتم في الفلسطينيين؟ لأن هي زي ما تحكي، كيف تحكي لك؟ العالم يعني لأنه العالم كله زي ما تحكي اليهود مغطين عنا، معطينا فكرة إنه إحنا يعني مش مناح، إحنا سيئين.
Like the Israelis give a wrong image about us that we're bad.
So it's because of the Israelis?
فهو يعني بسبب الإسرائيليين.
بسببهم بس.
Yes.
What can Palestinians do to improve their image?
إيش الفلسطينيين بيقدروا يعملوا عشان يحسنوا صورتهم للعالم؟
بيقدروا يعملوا يعني لو يغيروا، نقدر نغير الفكرة بس.
We can change the main thought.
عن طريق نقدر يعني كتير في شغلات.
There's a lot to do.
بس ما بعرف يعني
But
ما بقدر أحكي لك.
I can't tell you.
He doesn't have an idea.
العالم الأجنبي يعني العربي ولا
The Western world or the European world or the Arab world?
All of it.
كلهم.
all of it. أنا باعتقادي إنه الجميع في ناس بيهتموا بالقضية، مش معظمهم، أغلب البلاد بيهتموا بالقضية الفلسطينية.
Some people care but not most people.
But مثلا ممكن الورد الأوروبيان وورد، الأمريكان وورد بيكزيست يعني. يمكن الميديا خربت كثير على الموضوع، كثير علينا يعني.
When it comes to the Europeans or the Americans, maybe the media has to do with ruining our image or ruining our chances with them.
Chances? What does that mean?
Of their caring about us.
Okay.
هذا اللي بعتقده أنا يعني. أما في ناس بالعكس، في ناس جهات صغيرة بس بأوروبا بيهتموا شوي بالقضية الفلسطينية، وأنت دائما بتابعهم على الفيسبوك أو بالتويتر. بس زي ما حكيت لك بيكون في قلة مش كتير يعني.
But there are some people in Europe who care about us that follow us through Twitter or through the media or social media. But like I said, they are minorities or they are small groups.
Yes, exactly.
Why does she think the world doesn't care about Palestinians?
برأيك ليش العالم ما بيهتم في فلسطينية؟
هو يمكن فلسطين بما انها يعني وضعها خاص مش انه زي الدول الباقية انه الاحتلال وهيك، يمكن هاي سبب عائق يعني.
Since Palestine has a unique situation which is under occupation, that makes it an obstacle.
Okay. But why don't they pay more attention to this obstacle?
طب برأيك ليش الدول العربية the Arab world or the world?
The world.
طب برأيك ليش ما العالم بيهتموا أكثر في فلسطين وبيساعدوها وبيدعموها أكثر؟
بحكي لك يمكن الاحتلال هو بشكل يعني أكبر عائق، يمكن إنه ما بيسمح للدول الثانية إنها تساعد، إنه هيك أكثر شيء إنه الاحتلال أكبر سبب.
As I said, it's the occupation. It's an obstacle that does not allow the other countries to help us.
وضعها إنه مش زي باقي الدول.
The situation is not like the other countries.
But there are other occupations that the world tries to solve.
ولكن في دول تانية محتلة والعالم بيحاول إنه يساعد هاي الدول اللي يخلصها من الاحتلال. فليش برأيك فلسطين مش عم بيصير هيك؟ مش عم بيساعدونا نتخلص من الاحتلال أو بيساعدونا بشكل عام؟
هو فلسطين بما إنه من زمان محتلة، مش شيء جديد.
Since Palestine has been under occupation since a long time ago, and it's not something
يعني
new.
أغلب الدول الباقية ما في احتلال زي الاحتلال
The
الموجود
other
عندنا.
countries don't have occupation like we do.
تقريبا كامل.
The occupation here is almost completely controlling everything.
Well, also in Tibet, for example, it's the same.
تعرفي هضبة التبت؟ No, she doesn't.
She doesn't know about Tibet.
بس إنه
Or Cyprus.
أو مثلا قبرص في هناك برضو احتلال.
بس بعرف، بس أنا حسب ما بنشوف تحس فلسطين يعني تقريبا محتلة بشكل كامل.
I know, but as we see, Palestine is completely under occupation, not like the other countries.
You partially live in, you're Jordanian, but you live here.
Yeah.
Why do you think the world doesn't care about Palestinians?
I don't think so.
You don't think that's true?
No.
Okay.
I think all people in the world know Palestinian do something for this. By BDS, you know BDS? By maybe sharing something about Palestinian, maybe to share the knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, but even in the Arab world, Jordan has lots of connections. They don't support BDS. Saudi Arabia has connections, or all these countries have connections with Israel,
Yeah.
and don't seem to care about Palestinians. Why?
I don't know. Politics, something else. I don't understand politics. But people know Palestinian and do something for this. Maybe to share the knowledge about Palestinian, about what Israel do for Palestinian. In Europe also, in Turkey, in America, Latini. People share this. I have a friend in America. They do group for help a Palestinian
How do they help Palestinians?
by sharing
Information.
about Palestinian, about Israel and what to do in Gaza and else.
Why do you think the world doesn't care about Palestinians?
The world doesn't care about Palestinians?
Yeah.
I like to believe they do care about Palestinians, but I feel people have differing opinions between Palestine and Israel. So that's what makes people feel they don't care about Palestine.
Okay.
But in the truth of it, I feel I have a great hope that everyone cares about Palestine, you know, because of what's been going on with the occupation and the previous genocide. You can say quote-unquote genocide and what happened with the older Nakba villages.
Oh, you're talking about Nakba. Okay, you're talking about 1948.
1948.
Got it.
1948.
Okay.
So when you talk about that, you know, basic human rights, places like Gaza as well, are very neglected. I feel that isn't having a lot of light shined upon it. People are saying they're doing or carrying out terrorist attacks from Gaza to Israel, but when you corner anyone and you make people so desperate to the point where there's nothing to do but lash out, you know, that's only one response that's gonna happen. You know, fanaticism, or as they're doing in Gaza, I guess. But the fact that people don't care about Palestine, if they don't, they should, and if they if they do, the support is welcome, of course, from anybody. From people from Israel that support Palestine, there's many people that support Palestine from Israel. I personally know a couple. And from America to Europe to all the places. Yeah, it's all welcome.
Do you have an opinion? You don't have to. It's up to you. No?
I mean, maybe because it's a small country, like even Africa, most of the people don't know about them as well. So I think we have some light on us, like over the world, but still it's not enough to do something. Like our voices are not there yet. Like as a Palestinian.
So what could help?
That's a hard question.
What could help is, we do a lot of protests in Palestine. A lot of the students do a lot of protests. Sometimes they close the college down entirely. But I feel like that's only affecting the mentality of the Palestinians themselves.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone sees it.
Because if it's happening in-house, no one outside is going to know anything about it. It would be great for Palestinians in America. A lot of Palestinians in America actually do protests. They do demonstrations. They do many things. Even in Europe, I've seen some videos on YouTube as well. Of people doing, like showcases of what happens with families in Palestine, how the kids are killed young, or how the generally 20 to 40 or 30-year-old men are getting shot down in protests. Even though it's just rock throwing, they see it as maybe a pistol or something, they'd shoot them down, and that's against, I'm not gonna say against human rights because I have no idea about that idea. I'm an English major myself, but it's not right. It's not right entirely, And so what could happen to help us more is just, I guess, more getting the word out of Palestine to everybody. Yeah, they don't study that in American schools about the Palestine-Israeli conflict, so that'd be good.
ليش برأيك العالم ما بيهتم بالفلسطينيين؟
الإعلام ممكن الإعلام تضليل إعلامي.
Because of the media, because of the media's misinformation.
هاي رقم واحد. اسمح لي. ثانيا عند العالم مشاكل اللي بتكفيه.
The world
كل دولة
has-
وكل شعب له مشاكلهم ممكن يهتم بمشاكلهم.
The world has its own problems. The people of the world have their own problems that they are interested in and care more about.
Okay. So what does the media get wrong?
اوكي ايش في امور الاعلام عم بيغلط فيها او مش عم بيصورها بطريقه صحيحه؟
طلعي هناك تضليل إعلامي من قبل
إعلامي كيف يعني؟
تضليل إعلامي من قبل الاحتلال
So
لطريقة
there's-
تعامله معنا.
So there is misinformation about the occupation and how it deals with us.
نعم وتضليل إعلامي من قبل بعض المؤسسات اللي بتدخل لعنا هنا وما بتعرف الصحيح وما بتعرف لمين تتوجه
And
للشعب.
there is
كمان.
also misdirection or misinformation to the organizations or institutes that come into Palestine and they do not receive the correct information.
Give me an example of that
ممكن مثال
misinformation.
عن هذا الشيء عن التضليل؟
عن التضليل بالنسبة لنا احنا احكي لك بالضبط كان نفسي احكي شيء ثاني انا انه احنا اتعبنا كشعب فلسطيني
I
الانقسام.
had wanted to say something else, something that has really been such a burden and has really been tiring us as Palestinians is the division
between
between
السلطة في الضفة وبحماس في غزة.
the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank and the Hamas Authority in Gaza.
Okay. But give me an example of the misinformation.
ممكن تعطينا مثال عن التضليل الإعلامي؟
عن التضليل الإعلامي بالذات إعلام العدو مثلا ما بيحكي الحقيقة للعالم الخارجي إنه مثلا مين اللي له حق في هذه الأرض، مين اللي له حق في الاستقلال، مين اللي له حق في المعيشة بكرامة.
The enemy's media does not give the right information about who has the right to be here, who has the right to live in dignity.
Who is the enemy? Israel?
Yes.
Okay. But how does the BBC, let's say, or American media, how does that influence them?
Okay, مثلا who's them?
The Israeli media.
طيب كيف
For
الإعلام الثاني مثلا زي البي بي سي أو قنوات ثانية بتأثر على الإعلام الإسرائيلي؟ إعلام العدو.
البي بي سي أو القنوات الثانية كيف بتأثر
يعني
على الإعلام؟
How does the BBC affect the Israeli media?
Yeah, he's saying the Israelis are giving the wrong information.
Okay.
So how does, let's say that, for example, the BBC.
أنت عم تحكي إن الإسرائيليين أو العدو عم بيعطي معلومات خاطئة.
هم اسمحي لي.
كيف البي بي سي عم تتأثر؟
هم أبرع منا في الإعلام تاعهم.
مين هم؟
طبعا بديش أحكي العدو أنا بدي أحكي إنه الإعلام الإسرائيلي أبرع منا في توصيل المعلومة الغلطة أو المغلوطة أو ممكن قناعاتهم الشخصية هيك على فكرة.
They are very smart and cunning when it comes to delivering the wrong information.
ممكن هم.
I asked who's they. He said. I asked is it the Israelis? He said. I said the enemies. He said I don't want to say who they are, but yes, he does mean the enemy or the Israelis.
ممكن هم بيصرفوا كمان نقود على إعلامهم كما يجب وزيادة.
Also because they are spending enough money or maybe even more money on the media.
Why do you think the world doesn't care about the Palestinians?
ليش برأيك العالم بيهتمش بالفلسطينيين؟
يعني بعتقد انه في مشكله بالقانون الدولي، القانون الدولي لحد ما
I believe
تحول
there's a problem
قدس
with the
سمين بس
international
بدون
law.
انياب وبدون مخالب، وهي مشكله كبيره.
ايش؟
القانون الدولي لحد ما تحول الى قدس سمين بس بدون مخالب وبدون
The
انياب.
international law has turned into a very fat cat without its claws.
Which means what?
شو يعني؟
هاي مشكله انه القانون الدولي ما عنده ادوات اللي ينفذ من خلالها القرارات اللي بتصدرها المؤسسات الدوليه.
This means that the international law does not have the capability to be applied through the international organizations. ثواني. شو يعني قدس سمين بدون مخالب؟
بمعنى انه هو شكله المفروض انه يكون مخيف.
Fat cat without claws means it's
لكن على
supposed
ارض
to
الواقع
look.
هو ما عندش قوه حقيقيه.
It's supposed to be and look scary, but on the ground it doesn't have real strength.
It's not effective.
It's not effective.
وبالتالي في عندنا ازدواجيه بالمعايير.
That's why we have duality when it comes to standards.
وعندنا الشعبويه الصعود اليمين المتطرف بكل دول العالم اللي بيستفيد كمان من الترامبيه.
And we also have a high rise in the right wing, and we also have which led to the success of Trumpism.
Okay.
واللي بتقودنا يوميا لقانون دولي بيهتمش بحقوق الانسان وانما بالمصالح البحته للدول القويه.
Which leads us, he's too smart. Which leads us every day to not follow the international law, but to follow other interests.
So if the world followed international law, everything would be okay.
يعني لو العالم فاهم.
يعني بالنسبة للشعب الفلسطيني للشباب
when it
الفلسطيني
comes to the Palestinian and
وللطبقة السياسية
people
والحكومة الفلسطينية
and when it comes to the political class and to the government
حل
in
الدولتين
Palestine, the two-state
ودولة
solution
فلسطينية على أراضي 67
and a
عاصمتها
Palestinian
القدس
state on the 67 borders with Jerusalem as its capital
هو أكثر شيء ممكن نقدمه للعالم
is the biggest thing we can give to the world,
وأقل شيء ممكن نقبل فيه كفلسطينيين.
and it is the least that we as Palestinians can accept.
هذا أكثر ما يمكن أن نعطيه وأقل ما يمكن أن نقبله.
This is the most we can give and the least we can accept.
وبالتالي حتى القانون الدولي عاجز عن إنه يحقق هذا الشيء.
Even the international law is incapable of providing this, of realizing this.
هيك بالتأكيد إذا القانون الدولي على الأقل وصلنا لحل الدولتين أنا ما بدعي
surely
إنه رح
that
يكون
if the
في
international
زيرو
law
مشاكل
were to reach this two-state
بس على
solution,
الأقل
I am
رح
not
تنخفض
saying
للحد الأدنى ممكن
we will
يكون
have
في
zero problems,
نوع من
but they
السلام
would be very
العاجل.
minimal and we will have some sort of peace.
If you love what I do for the Ask Project, please consider contributing. See details in the description below. It's really appreciated. It's the only way I'm able to do this.